The breeze is just picking up as they head down the water. Mercantile of Australia, left of your picture, on the right it's Oslo. The breeze is noticeably stiffer than it was half an hour ago.
Yeah, it's definitely picked up, and there's lots of experience in both these crews, having athletes that have competed at Henley before, some have won, so lots of...
Keep an eye on the steering here. Yeah, the umpire is intervening. The Norwegians decided to have a little foray across towards the Berkshire station. Back you go.
It's really interesting. That always happens with crews that are coxers. You know, they just tend to get drawn out by the island, pushed out.
Recovered their composure, and there are several good reasons why steering as straight as possible is a good idea in terms of speed, and it of course reduces the distance you have to actually travel.
Yeah, and we all talk about the rudder is a handbrake. The less you can use it, the better. It will slow down your boat, so you know you don't want to have it on or steering hard, especially in that opening part of the race when you're trying to explode out the blocks using all your power, your strength, and then trying to find the kind of rhythm as you come out the island, so you don't want to be putting a handbrake on with the rudder.
Did Zach Purchase and Mark Hunter have any steering problems at Henley over the years, or were you?
No, we never raced at Henley.
Being lightweights,
we never raced at Henley as a combination.
International commitments.
We weren't allowed. We had to focus on Lucerne, unfortunately, so they would never let us race at Henley. So
it's not too late, though.
yeah, definitely. It's, well, I definitely wouldn't have made it to Wednesday. Probably would have gone out and qualified. Or wouldn't have made it to qualifiers. There you go.
Sure, that's not the case.
And that's the thing. I have such respect for the athletes that, you know, compete at the regatta, and you know that experience. Just watching people race, I still get nervous when I was at the start the other day, seeing the athletes sitting there. That anticipation about what's about to happen to them, what they're going to go through, and that pain and that suffering, but also the commitment they've had of being part of that crew and that build-up to being able to race at Henley.
What was the most nervous you ever got on a start line?
Most nervous? Well, I was petrified every time I sat on a start line.
So London 2012, that Saturday, that can't have been too much. And you started twice, didn't you?
Yeah, we had 2 goes on the Saturday, yeah, so we were quite lucky. Yeah, no, it was always nerve-wracking, that quite a quiet period before the umpire stands up. You're sitting there and it's just dead silent. That was always really nerve-wracking.
I had total admiration for anybody who could hold their minds together on the start line at London 2012 at Dorney. And actually your race was the pinnacle of the drama, because we had a bit of a medal rush, hadn't we, around there, and you'd obviously come in with the gold behind you in Beijing.
And the thing is, at London as well, you could hear the grandstand from the start. Like, that was the thing. You just felt this noise build as you went down the track, exactly like you do at Henley.
Yeah.
You know, as you race up the course, it just gets louder and louder and really loud in the enclosures.
Well, that's part of the reason that there are parallels, aren't there, between the Dorney Roar of 2012 and Henley. Probably the most similar regattas there have been, I guess, in terms of volume and numbers and noise.
And that's just because I think we just put on the best events in Britain. So, yeah.
Slightly biased opinion, Mark Hunter. For a man who spent so much time coaching in America.
Yeah, loved coaching out there, loved the system they have, and, you know, you can see why it's so successful. But yeah, you know, you love homegrown events, and having the opportunity to compete in front of a home crowd, there's nothing like that.
Well, it's not a home crowd for either of these two boats in the Wyfold. The Mercantile boat from Australia on the Berkshire station in the white vest, white boat. They are nudging ahead now against Oslo of Norway in the yellow boat and the red strip.
And this is going to kind of what we've seen during the regatta. The times both these crews have put up have been very similar all the way through, so that, you know, they were going to be tight to each marker. And it's about, you know, holding your hand in the flame, you know, in the fire. You know, who's going to want to burn more, inflict more pain on themselves to progress to the next round.
Well, another move from the Norwegians, a powerful move. Is it going to be a decisive move? Race coming to the boil. So just to go back to our earlier conversation, for people just joining us who can't remember 2012, why did you start twice on the Saturday? Wasn't there a seat problem for Zach?
Yeah, we had a breakage on our seat, and then we, because it was in the first 100 metres, if you have a breakage, you can put your hand up, as Zach did. The umpire came over, saw there was a breakage, then we were allowed to repair it, then we got back on the start. So that rule's gone now. They took that out of racing now. So if it does happen, the race will continue without you.
It was a rule that I only discovered in the pub the night before, talking to Matt Pinsent and James Cracknell. I was in a pub chat with them.
It was your fault
I had no idea of that rule. I was on commentary duty, and thank goodness they'd told me the night before that that's what was allowed to happen, because otherwise I'd be pretty baffled.
So you cursed us by talking about it the night before.
I remember the pub I was in with them. And they were having an animated conversation about a rule I hadn't been aware of.
And that's a great move there from the crew from Oslo. They've moved out now, and the crew from Melbourne, a really strong piece there as they push away. They've committed early there, not leaving it to that dash for cash at the end.
Yeah, so they've got a good length now, the Norwegians on the Australians. Mercantile, you're going to have to do something pretty dramatic very quickly, because they're in front of Stewards in this Wyfold semi-final. Good row from Oslo.
Really strong in that third section of the race. They really hit it hard.
Very clear structure, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just stay in it to start with.
And that's what we were talking about. The race begins at halfway. You've got to stay in contention for the first half, and then it really lights up from halfway on.
They're thrashing along well still, aren't they? They're very sprightly as they head towards the finish line. Very fresh, don't they?
Yeah, really strong performance there. You can see Mercantile really trying to go through the gears to try and put them under pressure.
Trying to make a race of it in the final few strokes, and they've made it close, but not close enough if you're Australian, because Mercantile have lost out here to the Norwegians. Very good row from Oslo. The Norwegians home in the Wyfold, so they will be in the finals tomorrow. And just look at you can see from their facial expressions, that is a big reaction, isn't it? You can tell what that means to them to be in the final of Henley Royal Regatta.
Yeah, and you know, the three-man Pedro Strand won the Britain 2017, so to be back in final is what he came here for this year again.